Hello, I am Adalberto Cervantes Rodriguez. I am the creator of the ERP technology and the business database technology that is used currently worldwide by SAP and Oracle. SAP and Oracle is some my technology at the Mexican oil company, Pemex. Today, they don't know, and they don't have deep knowledge about my technology, and even Oracle said that they are not using ERP technology anymore, but cloud technology and big data. It's amazing. Okay, including all their partners and a lot of small Indian origin IT companies in United States. Registered mainly in Texas because they were held by the Clinton, by the Gortaris, by the Bush to start doing this accounting and fiscal frauds. So they are moving steady to have their objectives. Okay. As they have destroyed other imperiums before. And all the clients are included. Of course, these Illuminati corporates, they're really helping with the Geo4 banks controlling all the economic sector because they are using this Babylonian knowledge in my technology. But my technology has two edges, okay, and they started to know the situation, so they might be in jail pretty soon. I hope so. My technology is created to do that, okay. As I mentioned before, the data and the processes are totally incorrect because they didn't use industrial engineering, no science and technology, and and basically doing that. They are using right now an Indian Babylonian black box, okay. Because of that, most of the presidents, including Obama, all the CEOs are considered right now like psychopaths, satanic, diabolic, and even homosexual because they are using these implants that change the chemical of their body and make them be homosexual. We can see the guys of Atlacomulco easily, or the case of Obama and Peña. So it's simple view. Okay, and they are totally under control of the elites. They even control the basic necessities like poo and pee. Okay. Today we're going to talk about how to deal with these Indian IT consultants that, as I said before, they have only high school level, so it's less than undergraduate studies, but they think that they have superior education even than Harvard. So not using science and technology, nothing like that. But they are like thick. um, they are really close with the you Christian Illuminati than infiltrate corporates and government. And I really think that they are thick as thieves in the business right now worldwide. Okay, so all these crimes are because I think that because they don't know my technology, and not even the owners of SAP and Oracle. Forget that. Not even the presidents. That's why I'm doing these videos to show you clearly how to deal with this situation. Because if you are a professional with more than 20 years in a company, you shouldn't have any difficulty to deal with this Indian and stop doing these criminal acts. So I'm going to teach you in this program how to change this Babylonian secret knowledge by science and technology. Then we used to have many years ago. I don't know what happened with the 9/11. Or I mean, 9/11 was created to have the bankruptcy of the United States. So basically, the first thing that you have to do is all the ERPs, including SAP and Oracle, you have what is called the best practices. But nobody is using the best practices because nobody trusts in the economic sector, for example, of than were defined by SAP. Doesn't work at all, and they know it perfectly. So that's why they are not using it. Okay, or they are using part of it. Okay, same like the Indian companies. Okay, they have the best practice, and they're only going to cover what is supposedly needed by by a specific company. We're going to talk with two cases: Hans Brands and T-Mobile. Okay, both of them is a total crisis. So, so the way to do this analysis is first of all to work with these best practices. Secondly, to make sure that whatever change improves the productivity. So that means that you have to reduce times and use less people and show a better process according with your economic sector or according with the necessities of your company. So first step, okay. So make sure that all the contacts with these Indian IT consultants are not only concerned with the configuration or with this MK Ultra photographic memory that they have. So it is important. It is important. It is important to to have this situation well managed. Well, after you have that, after you have that, you have to work with this IT consultants in the same way always. In the same way. So everything has to be related with productivity, with efficiency, with effectiveness. So there's no given a chance to use their photographic memory or even high school level knowledge. Okay. So try to support all this situation. If you have the possibility to have in resource paper, or secondly to have a advanced technical information of your economic field and kind of company. Okay, to check that they're really all this configuration that they're going to make is properly done. Okay, so in this situation you're going to find gaps, okay, between SAP and Oracle and, and your own systems, but these gaps basically you already identify, okay, and what you are going to expect is some kind of solution of these gaps. It shouldn't be only economical because these guys they're already learned in several countries that because there is an economical situation never is going to be resolved, okay, and this is not the truth because basically you need all these gaps pretty well defined to be solved in that particular implementation or in the future or the near future, okay. But this when you define what is going to be solved in these gaps, second step than you have to do is make sure that all the gaps are solved according with science and technology, okay. So you have to ask why you want to do this configuration for the system for my particular company, for my particular economic sector. And the answer should be exactly according with their own workshop or analysis in your own company. Because if they're coming to say, oh, because SAP said that this is the best practice or whatever, It's not a, it's not a solution because we have a gap between the system and your own system before, and it cannot give a solution of SAP because that's a gap. Okay, so so in that way you are going to break totally this photographic memory of them, and you're going to force them to use science and technology to solve that specific gap. Then it might create a customization program, and I think that it's going to be better if you find the specific gap with this customization situation, because all the SAP and Oracle systems are standardized software. So it works the same for all the economic sectors, for all the companies. So it couldn't be possible, okay, for any software to do that. So basically, I will say that the purpose is, as I said before, first step, uh, have these best practices, okay, know what you are going to use, and after that let them make the analysis with observation. They have to use industrial engineering even with times and everything, because you want to increase the productivity, the efficiency, and the effectiveness. Compare with your, so they have to compare with your process, real processes that you have, and after define the gap. And in the gap, you have to force them use science and technology, of course, industrial engineering, and make sure that really those processes are according with your economic sector and company. If this is not done today, so suddenly they start using this standardized software because they have a MK Ultra, okay, and sometimes they are connected with Indians in India. Then they are giving support, and these guys are coming with all these situational standardized software that doesn't work. Check. You have to check always, according with science and technology, then all the accounting part is totally covered, all the controlling part is totally covered. So you cannot add beans with apples or tomatoes, so it has to be everything according with the rules. So I will say that you have to use in all the cases, because of the cost of the implementation, you have to use activity-based costing to make sure that everything is totally integrated. So you're going to find out that, that SAP is not going to cover all your necessities to have the right information, and that's why we have problem with data. So you have to be involved with the data and make sure that it's totally integrated according, I will say, with activity-based costs, because there's no other way to do it. So these Indians are coming with MK Ultra memory, and they think that it's only to configure the standardized software, and that's it, and they have it everything. And it's good for all the countries, for all the companies, for all the economic sector. That's impossible, okay? So, so that's the next step that I will say to do. Make sure that the integration is correct, okay? And in that way, you're going to have the productivity and efficiency that you need, okay? So it's something that even without in paper and according with not going directly to the ERP, you can find that in fact the activity-based costing is going to add apples with apples, and in that way you're going to have the correct integration. In other way, I don't know what they installing. I mean, I have found companies has T-Mobile, then they are doing changes in the data, in the transactions or processes, and at the end of the day nobody knows, only one guy or two guys are doing those changes. So you can imagine it's coming a new consultant and he doesn't have any clue about, for example, the asset management, and no clue with the integration with the GL part, because it's already a change. But the internal consultants say that, oh, give me a result in 1 day or 2 days. You know how long can you expect, even for a senior consultant like me, to find out changes in tables or transactions? long time. I mean, we're talking. I mean, what they don't understand. I think that this guy even working in SAP, and this is a multi-variable solution like the ERP. So there are a lot of variables. Okay. So this is really crazy. In the case of Hans Brands, they don't even have the accounting in SAP. They have it in Lawson. So the risk to have to work in these systems is really high. I mean, for a consultant, and the guys that are working internally are only solving these these systems only to have the accounting and fiscal frauds. So they're going to be in jail, all these guys of Hans Brands and all these guys of T-Mobile, because there are really important companies and they are doing everything a mess on purpose, Okay, so this guy they should know everything, but they don't have that knowledge. Okay, and they are supported by managers, as I said before, of this Christian Illuminati Brotherhood. Okay. So I will say that this is basically the start of the process. Well, there are a lot of course more detail, but you have to focus everything in productivity, efficiency, effectiveness, observation directly in the process that you have before to make any changes. Because these guys are like in a computer defining, oh, I'm going to change the process to do it different because SAP said that. It's not. I mean, SAP is a standardized software. They don't know our processes. They don't measure time. They are not doing time and motion studies. They don't know anything about the reduction program. They don't have knowledge about productivity, efficiency, and effectiveness. They only know about their cloud system and their big data, but they don't understand the basic concept of data for business. But they only have the knowledge of the database in their own systems. Then it might be totally wrong. Okay, no integration at all. So with this basis that I given you, you're going to have a better results in the use of the ERP technology. I hope that it worked for you. Thank you very much for listening to me. I hope that you like this program. God bless you.